6 guys, 5 days, 100 miles. The mission? Fish Lake of the Woods from Kenora, Ontario, south to Vedette, Minnesota, covering over 100 miles of water in 5 days, using nothing but Rapala's groundbreaking new lure, the Scatter Rap. 6 guys, 5 days, 100 miles. This is the 2013 Scatter Rap Challenge. In nature, erratic changes in speed and direction signal vulnerability to predators. Rapala's new Scatter Rap, with its unique lip, mimics the evasive action of fleeing baitfish. To showcase the revolutionary new lure, Rapala and Cabela's initiated the Scatter Rap Challenge. Storm clouds and rain greet the Scatter Rap Challenge anglers as they arrive at Sunset Lodge on Oak Island, Lake of the Woods, in Minnesota's northwest angle.
Here come the boats.
But the rain could not dampen the anglers' excitement as they anticipate the challenge.
Scatter Rap Challenge, Lake of the Woods. The tug is the drug, baby. We're gonna get them.
Excited to get going. I can't wait to fish.
Ready to go. Lake of the Woods.
So we got a bass guy and we got a river walleye pro.
I don't think they know how to fish this body of water like we do. We'll find out.
We'll just see the difference between the men and the boys. Going up the hill, up the hill. Food, I hear prime rib. We're starved. Another spring day.
We're only wet on the outside, not on the inside.
After unloading, the anglers gather at Sunset's main lodge to meet, greet, and game plan for day one's fishing. As the day breaks, team captains and their day one co-anglers meet at the Sunset Lodge docks to prepare tackle and discuss strategy.
I think as flat as conditions are today, we're probably going to start looking to weeds. Clear water, it's usually got a little bit of a stain, so that'll help us a touch, but with flat water, we might end up having to go deeper, might have to troll. Maybe even lead core, I hope not, but if we need to go there, we will.
Right now, we're just taking an inventory. I mean, we're so out of our element right now. We've not only have we not fished Lake of the Woods in this area, all the gear, all the boat, everything's new, so we're trying to figure everything out, just like anybody else would be if they're coming up here for the first time.
Where's the snaps?
Where's the snaps?
Pinch for me, pinch for you.
I think this morning we're going to go out and throw the Scatter Rap minnow, Scatter Rap shad, Scatter Rap crank, and have the countdown ready to go because we're probably going to start fishing in about 8 feet of water or less.
I suppose sooner or later we should figure out where the heck we're going.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That'd be cool.
That'd be cool. I don't care where we're going as long as we find our way back.
No guarantees, Coach. No guarantees.
Really?
You know, if anything does go, I don't want to say wrong, but not correct, it's because of them.
Not mine.
You know, one of the really unique things about the Scatter Rap Challenge is every day we're fishing a new 20-mile section of water. We obviously can't fish all of the water within that 20-mile section, but what that means is if we go out and find fish today, we're not going to be able to return to them tomorrow. We're going to be forced to move 20 miles south and re-find the fish again. So I think it actually adds more adventure to the challenge, but it'll also really show how versatile the Scatter Rap really is, because you're not going to be able to just find that one pot of fish that's willing to eat them and just sit on them. Every day we're being relocated and forced to find new active aggressive fish that are digging the Scatter Rap.
Gear prepared and game plan set, the anglers guide their boats north to begin the long run to their day one fishing grounds near Kenora, Ontario.
Plan to rendezvous at 7. It all looks good. There's no bad spots here. Let's just stop with the convoy and let's commence with the whacking. Come on.
Gold Team's Mark Fisher and Joe Henry get off to a fast start.
We have a victim.
Mark didn't take long, did it?
Who is it, Joe?
Let's see.
SMB.
Nice smallie, baby.
He's got him. There should be a bunch up here.
Here we go, man. First fish of the day, Mark. How's it looking?
Way to go, Mr. Henry.
Nice smallie. Lake of the Woods. Gold is a traditional color. Whether you're ice fishing, whether you're catching bass or walleyes, there's northerns, or gold is a good color at Lake of the Woods.
There he is.
Got him? Good job, Mark.
SMB. Boy, paused it. Just let the Scatter Rap do the deal. Go left, right, left, right, left, right. Paused it and thunk. You know, the cool part about Scatter Rap, the whole concept is all these baits float as well. So you've got the side-to-side action, you've got the depth that they can achieve, anywhere from 5 to 8 feet of water. But the cool part about it, you stop to retrieve and the bait starts floating, so it's always got a triggering action built to it. Just kind of a fun deal, whether you cast it, troll it, or pause it. And that seems to be where you're getting the strikes, Joe.
Fish out.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Is it? Nice smallie.
Let's see, what lure might that be on? And would you care to divulge the color?
Well, I would call it gold, but what would you call it, Mark?
Yeah, chicken gold. That's a beauty. I'm about one fish short from changing up and putting gold on. You're really making a believer out of me. Restrict his fun meter.
Oh, baby, look at that.
Those vermin guys. You gotta go to the Gold Albernis. What a bandit.
Gold, baby.
Let's see if they go for the scatter minnow in Gold Albernis. Okay, victim. Now we can commence with the whacking.
Just north of Mather Island, Red Team Captain James Holst is on a shallow water walleye bite.
Coming back to you, Coach.
Yep.
Yeah, they fight. It's good fish.
Yeah. I thought it was a big pike.
Woo! Can't move him. Come on, girl. This one's hooked better. Yeah!
Yeah! That baby rocks.
They're getting there.
Oh yeah.
Long spawner there. Wasn't that long that she must have spawned and dropped eggs, David? How long? 26 and a quarter. You know, one of the things that can help an angler eliminate so much water up here in Lake of the Woods is just understanding the small differences in habitat preference of these fish. And what Dave and I are relying on today is really just comes down to rock size. So many of the islands and shorelines up here up on Lake of the Woods have real steep drop-offs, and the rock in those areas are just huge chunks, almost like walls. And what we find are very, very few fish in those areas. So we're concentrating our efforts on shorelines or little points that have these boulders. And that's where we're finding all the fish today. And it doesn't matter if we're casting or trolling. And the reason that is, you know, you get on those steep faces, those rock walls, and there's just no place for the food to hide and live. So there's no reason for the game fish to be there.
The Scatter Wrap Challenge is presented with limited commercials by Cabela's, the world's foremost outfitter, and Rapala, maker of the new Scatter Wrap, built with evasive action. Having begun the day casting for walleyes, Black Team Captain Joel Nelson calls an audible, switching from spinning gear and braid to trolling rods and lead core line, a move that pays off almost immediately.
Fish! Fish on!
Cisco.
You think it's a Cisco?
No, decent, yeah.
It's a shallow Cisco.
Right where it needed to be, too.
This was an accident fish. I tell you what, we were trying to get out and around this point, and I ran right over the tip of it in about 8 feet of water. And with lead core, that could be disaster. But what does this tell you?
Doesn't look too disastrous to me.
What does this tell you, Paul? Nice walleye like that up in 8 feet of water. I tell you what, we might be switching tactics.
You're darn right. I think we intercepted those fish as they're coming out of the deeper water there.
First fish on this pass, just a beautiful fish. I tell you what, I think we might be onto something, Paul.
Great fish.
All right, girl. No, we keep forgetting to do it.
No, we're just late on it.
We need to click.
To ensure accurate fish counts, each boat is equipped with clickers and log sheets. Each fish gets a click. Numbers are logged every hour. Back near Shamus Island, Gold Team Captain Mark Fisher hooks into something toothy.
Got him. Oh, it's a big pike. Look at this
Yeah,
thing.
nice pike.
This is a giant pike. Come on, vermin.
Look at that. Nice pike.
That's
Way
a
to go,
Canadian experience right there, buddy.
Look at
Dang, he's gonna slime up my carpet.
that. Nice fish.
There you go, Joe.
Whoa.
Making a believer out of me. Gold Albernis, whether it's a shad or the minnow, can be the countdown or the crank. Dang, that works on
Nice
Lake of the
pike.
Woods. Beautiful fish. Here we go, buddy. He's gone. Well done, Joe.
Nice fish, baby.
Way to go. You pulled up that big ski.
And then here comes Mr. Pike. It's just amazing. What a fishery.
We got that whole shoreline to go yet.
As the gold team works the shoreline, a massive storm front rolls in, bringing with it a classic walleye chop that turns on a shallow water bite for the red team.
I'm beginning to think I'm going to put a bleak on.
Oh, it's a nice eye.
Nice, nice.
We're just smoking them in here. Yes!
I didn't even bump him in the head.
I appreciate that. Boy, we're getting onto a nice class of fish now. That's a long one.
Yeah.
26 1/4.
Very nice.
We'll let her go. All right, sweetheart. Whoosh. All right, I think it better be it, Dave. I think we got darn near 50 fish in the boat for the day. Started it with a little rain, we're gonna end it with a lot of rain, I think. Push it to the very end, and now we get to run like heck. Well, we've had a phenomenal day out here. I've enjoyed fishing with Dave. Great day out on the water. It's gonna be a wonderful perspective to be able to go from Kenora all the way to Baudette in a week and see what this lake is all about. What say you, Koontz? You ready to roll?
Yeah, I think we're going to get a little rain done.
With an eye on the horizon, Holst and Koontz sprint back to Sunset Lodge. Across the lake, Joel Nelson and Paul Delaney are racing the rain as well. At the end of day one, it's the gold team at the end of the rainbow. In the calm before the storm, Mark Fisher and Joe Henry reflect on a banner day to take a commanding early lead in the Scatter Rap Challenge.
Day one, awesome day. 5 short of 100 fish.
The Scatter Rap Challenge is presented with limited commercials by Cabela's, the world's foremost outfitter, and Rapala, maker of the new Scatter Rap, built with evasive action.
Day 2 Scatter Rap Challenge. Yesterday, Paul Delaney and I had a pretty good lead core program going on. We were catching walleye. We were focusing on catching walleye, but lo and behold, the bass guys are padding their stats with gimme smallmouth. So maybe I'll have to sign on to that program today. I don't know. Make that bass clicker go off a few times, but we had a great time yesterday just pounding on walleyes with a lead core. So I don't know, walleyes or bass, we'll see who wins.
Yesterday it kind of boded a few surprises. We found out that the fish were pushed back, way back, in these little back pockets and bays off the main tips of points. Today what we'll do is start where we left off on along shorelines that have boulders.
You know, for us guys that primarily target walleyes, today we're still looking at trying to slow down the rate at which the bass guys are getting out ahead of us, hoping that we're going to be able to get down there in the southern parts of Lake of the Woods and catch back up, maybe even pull ahead.
Day 2, boys.
Here we go.
Kick some butt today.
The living legend, Joel Nelson.
Oh, God.
You know, I never really had an opportunity to fish with Joel, so I just know one thing. We're going to have a great time on the boat today, regardless if we catch one fish or if we catch goal of 100.
Yeah.
But if we catch 1 or 100, it's going to be a blast.
Yesterday we took a shot in the dark. We went up to an area, beautiful area up near Kenora. We were close enough to where I could see a water tower. I'm not sure if that was actually Kenora's water tower or not, but I could see buildings. So we know that we ran a long way up into Canada. It was a brand new area for us. You were along with in the same general area fishing in another boat.
You know, as the day went on, we just kind of developed a pattern. We got onto some windswept shorelines that had broken rubble, and once we developed that, we just kind of jumped from piece of structure to piece of structure, keying on that, and that's what we got our fish.
Well, you know, we pulled nearly 90 fish between our 2 boats yesterday. That's not bad. For a
real
couple of, you know, shots in the dark, never been there before. Let's, you know, throw a dart at the wall and see what sticks. I feel pretty good about it.
Roseburg stepping into a bass boat. I am so excited to be fishing with you today. We are going to put the smack down. I'm feeling a little scatterbrain.
I think it's good. It'll be good. How come he's up there and I'm down in the
Beautiful
hole?
day, sun is shining up here in Lake of the Woods. Scatter Raps galore.
And guess what? They're catching fish. I could tell you as of yesterday, they were catching fish. They'll catch fish again today.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Fun.
I would say that 3/4 of the walleyes that we caught yesterday were over 20 inches. That's quality fish.
And it was a blast catching them, you know, casting, just seeing that bait come off that break line and boom.
Target number 1 today. You might think it's a walleye or a big pike or whatever. The guy in yellow. We're going for him.
Absolutely. But our fish are going to have teeth.
The fish are going to have to cooperate.
Oh, no question about it. They're going to be bigger fish, and like I said, fish with teeth.
Gold Team Captain Mark Fisher begins the day just north of Little Eagle Island, where his day 2 co-angler Will Roseberg quickly hooks into one of the largest smallmouth bass caught to
There you
date.
go. You can't ask for much better beautiful conditions than up here on Lake of the Woods.
Absolutely. Little hot steel scatter shad, buddy.
All right, honey, go back, make us some more babies. That's a beautiful female, Mark.
There we go. Missed it
Following the
first time
Gold Team's
again.
Day 1 lead, Joel Nelson's Black Team has made a major course correction, opting to target a hot smallmouth and pike bite in shallow backwater bays in lieu of targeting walleyes closer to deeper water. The strategy proves a great move, as the Black Team boats 21 smallmouth by 10 a.m. from a series of shallow arms on the north side of Deepwater Bay.
Yep. Crease bass again.
Grease bass.
You know, there's a nice boulder, pretty big. You know, just made a cast beyond it with the scatter wrap, hot steel, and boom, there it is.
What do you got, Cal?
Just a fighting smallie. 15, 16-inch fish.
Super thick, too.
Yeah, that reminds me of you.
Yeah. What a complimenter you are.
It's nice to pick out those rocks. You got 2 or 3 big rocks like this, cast right in between them.
Absolutely. We've been calling it the crease, right?
Yep. Seems to be where the smallies have been ambushing us.
Absolutely.
The bass in this shallow, cover-rich area are relating to warm water and a plentiful food supply.
Muskie. Want to come get this one for me?
Atta boy.
We got a muskie. Nice one. That's a good smallie.
That's a good smallie.
I got myself a little muskie here.
Yeah, everything's up shallow eating, aren't they?
Yep.
Yours has teeth, but mine's a little madder, I think.
Don't jump.
Gotta be careful with crankbaits. These smallies, that's the one thing that's really been impressing me all day is how fat they've been. Jeepers creepers.
Sweet colors.
With its change in strategy, the Black Team is now the team to watch as it rises rapidly in the fish count, closing the gap on the Gold Team.
My first Lake of the Woods muskie. On accident. On a hot smallie bite, but you know, they're up there feeding just like them smallies are, you know.
Exactly.
The Scatter Wrap Challenge is presented with limited commercials by Cabela's, the world's foremost outfitter, and Rapala, maker of the new Scatter Wrap, built with evasive action. Based on Dock Talk earlier in the week, Gold Team Captain Mark Fisher gambles on a long run from the far north end of Tug Channel to a spot just south of Poacher's Bay on the southeast side of Falcon Island. The move pays off with several chunky smallmouth bass. And now Will Roseberg is hooked into something big.
Oh, wow, we just had a huge follow. I chucked the lure out. He came right back and just smoked it. This is a high 30s pike going here. He followed. He didn't hit. I cast it back out, just reeled in. He came up and just smoked it. This is a 36, maybe high 30s
Oh, look at the
pike.
head on that guy. He's all of that. He's all of that, buddy.
We're just trying to get to 60 fish. This might be our 60th fish, Mark.
You know what? I think you're right, bud.
I think it might be.
think
We
we'll
hit
have to
50 with a big smallie. Now we got a good pike. Oh, he's not ready. Oh, come on, buddy. Woo! Stay out of the motor.
That was so cool when he came up behind the boat. Drag's working
It was
great.
fun because we
Drag is
called
really-
that shot. They're like, oh, look at that, look at that. I'm gonna try and cast out, and he came back.
It was so big at first, I thought it was a muskie
I
because
thought it was
nobody
too.
said anything. And
I thought it was too.
The girth on the fish.
and then I just saw him drop off. Oh, he crushed that scatter minnow.
There we go.
Look at the size of that pike.
Look at that baby.
That's a Canadian experience.
Woo!
Oh, look at his tail.
Oh, he's been in the grass. We just moved out to deeper water, start fishing some offshore structure on these islands. I switched over to a scatter minnow. We've been fishing the scatter cranks for smallies. This guy came up, we had a follow. He didn't take it. So then I cast it back, gave it 2 jerks, and he just came up and crushed it. This is about a 40-inch pike. Beautiful pike, and this scatter minnow works great for deeper water on pike and walleyes.
Before the gold team can make another cast, black team captain Joel Nelson and Cal Schwiel boat up.
Really?
Nelson has buried a treble hook deep in his right index finger.
Scatter wrap catches everything.
First thing you do when this happens is you ice it. Do you have bananas in your boat?
No, I
You did.
You know, if anything does go, I don't want to say wrong, but not correct, it's because of them.
Gold team
what
captain
you
Mark
do is
Fisher
you take
uses
braided
the
line.
old braided line trick to remove the
1,
hook.
2.
And Nelson survives the ordeal none the worse for wear. Mere hours later, he's entertaining the Scatter Rap Challenge cast and crew, playing guitar around a campfire at Flag Island Resort. As embers and music intertwine, lifting into the night sky, anglers and crew members trade songs and stories, making Lake of the Woods memories to last a lifetime. The Day 2 fish counts are tallied, and Mark Fisher's gold team remains in the lead. Between all 3 boats, the anglers have caught an impressive 414 fish in the first 2 days of the Scatter Rap Challenge.
Morning of the 3rd day of the Scatter Rap Challenge here. Today is our last day of fishing up in the islands. We've spent our time from Kenora up in the islands. We're going to work down towards Garden Island, which is the last large island before we get out into the main basin of Traverse Bay.
Fishing with my good friend Dave Kuntz today. We're going to have a great time, I can tell you that already. Yesterday we did really well on smallmouth, and today we're going to start out doing some lead core for walleye, I believe.
Welcome aboard, buddy.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
I think we're going to have fun. The number one thing on the mission today is the continuation of the fun meter being pegged.
I'm excited to put a plan together with James today, get down into more of what I'm used to, you know, open water trolling.
Today we're going to keep buttoned up. I'm excited. And let's go hammer. Let's do it.
I think we're really going to get into them bigger fish.
Really today is all about scratching that walleye itch. I want to see a big mama walleye in the boat today.
Absolutely. It's going to be another awesome day in the water up here, and you know, thanks to Sunset yesterday, moving down here, Flag Island, another awesome resort, and just moving down the lake, it's going to be a lot of fun.
I think so.
Today's competition venue runs from the south end of the Northwest Angle out 20 miles into Traverse Bay.
Go!
Fisher heads the gold team north from Flag Island to where he left yesterday, a small unnamed bay just south of Poacher's Bay. The red and black teams head south of Garden Island to troll lead core over a rock to soft bottom transition area around Starin Shoal. The gold team starts off at a moderate pace, boating 10 smallies in 2 hours, fishing scatter raps around boulders. Meanwhile, captains James Holst and Joel Nelson begin at a blistering pace, with the red team boating 17 walleye and sauger in the first hour.
You know, the Scatter Rap Challenge is all about trying to figure out how versatile this Scatter Rap is and, you know, the situations it can be used in, where it excels. And what we're finding is, with just small adjustments to presentation, this is an incredibly versatile bait. We've used it casting for walleyes. We've used it, you know, on the smallmouth bass. Obviously, we've caught a couple hundred as a group in the last few days. Here, out on the main lake, we're trolling it behind lead core, and we're finding that same scattering action, just deadly, putting so many fish in the boat here in such a short amount of time. We don't have great conditions, and it's under these bright conditions, flat, calm lake, that I'm sure this scattering action is having such a deadly effect on these fish.
Here's one.
I mean, you're just pounding them.
Woo! Oh yeah, we got some.
Just like that. You know, I don't want to sound fussy or anything, but a couple of rod holders would have been nice.
In honor of the Chicago Blackhawks making the Stanley Cup playoffs, I had to go with, you know, 88 feet, you know, Patrick Kane out there to start the morning.
Okay, I have no idea what you just said. That's a nice fish, bud.
It's a real good fish. I have no idea what you just said.
Something, you started off with hockey, and my eyes glazed over. You only do that for special fish, yes!
Wow.
That is a dinger.
A dandy.
Just came right out too,
Yep.
eh?
Oh, she was barely hooked. Here's your fish, man. Look at that.
What a start.
Yeah. We should have doubled. Hey, Joel, you got a copy?
Sir, yes, sir.
1 minute in, 26-inch fish in the boat.
What color you got there, buddy?
Top secret.
Yeah, 2 minutes into there, minute into the day, 26-inch scatter wrap Helsinki shad. I'm gonna get this fish back and I'm gonna get my line back in the water. Down she goes. Awesome, that was 1 minute, not even a minute. Helsinki shad, scatter wrap challenge, Lake of the Woods, lead core, money.
Next time on the Scatter Wrap Challenge, the anglers will take on the southern half of Lake of the Woods as they work their way towards their final destination in Baudette, Minnesota. Miss any of today's action? Watch it online at cabela's.com/scatterwrap, where you can watch videos, get info on gear, connect with the cast, and find the exact waypoints for every big fish caught. This is the 2013 Scatter Wrap Challenge.